Hey y'all, Rhonda here. We're going to play with some stencils today. Very excited. Um, my collection here is from Linda Israel, lindaisrael.com. And so I'm so excited about all these stencils. I have some new ones. I have some older ones that I've been collecting. But yeah, we're going to do 1 million ways to use Linda Israel stencils. Well, maybe not quite 1 million, but okay, close to it. A few. Anyway, so I'll have all her links below. Really a neat girl from Oklahoma. Yay, Oklahoma. That's where I'm from. So a little bit about Linda. She's been a crafter for a long time. She started out, I believe, in sewing, quilting, and then she does all kinds of paper crafting. She and her husband own a embroidery shop there in Oklahoma. So if you need anything, hats, t-shirts, bags, all kinds of stuff, embroidery, check them out. Linda has a artistic stencil club of the month, and that's what this is. Comes out every month. You get 3 stencils with 4 designs. So this one and this one are a full sheet, and then this one and this one are half sheets. So this is what the half sheet looks like, and they're 8.5 by 11, which is fabulous, especially for journal makers. So much fun. What else? Oh, I have to look at my notes here. She designs these stencils. She cuts them, sells them, packages them, does the whole 9 yards, sends them to you. And she has recently, a dream of hers has come to fruition. She is now making stamps. So she designs, cuts, everything, stamps. And they are fabulous. And here is a little sample. Let me go in slow. This is a mini postcard. Is that not stinking cute? There it is. And we're going to give this one away. And maybe some other stuff. Just have to stay tuned. So you need to check her out because those stamps are fabulous. I already have a whole box full of them. Love them. Can't say enough about them. She does quality work. I mean, she's very talented, pays attention to quality, just a neat, artist. So you need to give her a try. Also on Mondays at 3:45, she does a live YouTube, and it is a journal making class. So neat. You get all kinds of ideas. You get to communicate with a great group of crafty crafters, men and women. You get to play games. You win virtual money. And if you get to a certain, like 2,000, they call them junk bucks, you get a $10 coupon off to her store. Like I said, you can win prizes. It's so much fun. So on Mondays, 3:45, if you have a chance, jump in there, say hi, tell her Rhonda sent you, and just try it out because it's a lot of fun. I mean, we have a great time, and I always hate when I miss it because I really look forward to it. She also has a subscription box. It's a junk journal subscription box every 3 months. She and Calico Collage, Norella, collaborate on this. And so you get a box, and then you have, there's all kinds of variations. You can get the digital download, you can get the printed version. In the box, of course, you get tons of embellishments and papers and all kinds of stuff, and really enough to make 2 or 3 journals. I mean, she fills that sucker full. And then also a custom blend Tattered Angels. Love the Tattered Angels. I'll play Vanna White here. There is my Tattered Angels. They have their own little stadium seating, so they can sit there and look pretty and I can see them. And love those. And we're going to be working with those first, I believe. What else? I know this sounds like an infomercial, oops, about Linda. It's not. Well, you know, if you order within the next 30 minutes, we'll double your order. You just pay postage and handling. No, 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 no. Anyway, really, seriously, if you have time, go check her out. Check out all the things that she has to offer, which is just fabulous. What else? I guess that's it. We're going to go on to the stencils that I have, which I'm excited about. So I have some new ones here, and this is how they come to you. Like I said, these are the Artistic Stencil Clubs. This one is May's. Here's April's, and there's the designs that you get. And then when I was going through looking at them, there was some other ones that I really liked that I didn't get because this was before I got involved and started purchasing and watching and learning and all that stuff. So here's November, and then I have an April, March 2020, and then these are just some that I picked up from the her website. Excuse me. So she has lots and lots of stencils you can just pick up, and then she has the Artistic Stencil Club. So the Artistic Stencil Club stencils are not for purchase just individually. You have to get them through the Stencil Club. So I was going to show you a little tip for the day. You know, I'm sure we've all done this. You like something really well, you get it. A little bit later you're shopping and you find something you just love and you get it and you go, oh, I already bought that. Well, I'm that way with these stencils. So what I decided to do was I have one folder with just regular stencils, and then I have one folder with the Artistic Stencil Club. So what I did was, this one is for the Artistic Stencil Club, and they're all separated by just a piece of copy paper or an old invoice or something, and I wanted to keep up with everything. So these are in numerical order. So this one is March 2021, the Artistic Stencil Club, and March 2021. So there's another one that you get, and then there's the other one that you get. And then of course we have February, same way with that. So okay, I thought that's great. I'll keep up with them like that. But then, you know, when you sit down to do a project, normally you don't just use one stencil. Yes, you can, but you know, if I'm going to make a lot of background pages or different things, I'm going to use a bunch of stencils. So, okay, if I use this one, if I use this one over here and this one over here, how do I know what the name is or what month they go to? So what I did, pretty smart, I put, like I said, the date, the Stencil Club date, and then I did a little bit of stenciling over here in the corner so you can see the design. So then when I get done, because what I do is, you know, I'll go through, use different stencils, and I have a container over here filled with water and a little bit of dish soap. So when I get done using the Tattered Angels or some of the pastes or the inks or the whatever I'm using, I can just take and dump them in that pan in the water, and I don't have to worry about jumping up, going and washing them all off and all that. I just put them all in that pan. When I'm all done, I take the pan to the sink, wash them all up, dry them, and I'm good to go. So then I can put them all back in order because I can match up the design. Pretty smart, huh? So this one is my Artistic Stencil Club, and then this one is just the stencils you can buy off of the website, and they're all named. So they do have names. Here's, you know, of course, alphabet. Here's hearts and arrows. Oops. That one. There is, let's see, what are some of these? Here's curves and diamonds. I mean, they're all, you know, they all have some names on there. So I went through, did the same thing. I wrote the name on the paper, and then I did a little bit of stenciling so I can match up the design. Pretty smart, huh? I thought it was. So that way, and then these are in alphabetical order. So when I go and put a bunch of stuff in my cart and I want to make sure I haven't already purchased it, I can go through here and alphabetically look through here and say, oh, I already purchased the peacock feathers, so take that one out. Or I didn't, whatever, and then, see, pretty smart, I'm thinking. All right, so let me put this away, and we're going to be using Tattered Angels. We're going to try some of this new lunar paste by Simon Hurley. We're going to be using vintage newspaper, dictionary, plain paper, you name it. We're going to be doing all kinds of stuff. So let me get rid of this, and we shall get started. Okie doke. We're going to play with some Tattered Angels. I want to keep this pretty simple. It is simple and it's a lot of fun. Actually, I learned this from Linda herself, the Linda Israel. So I have a box and it's about 8.5 by 11. I mean, you know, close. And it has tall, you know, it's tall on the sides. So this is my little spray box. So I have just some copy paper in there. And what I'm going to do is another piece of copy paper. We'll lay that in there. And then we're going to get our stencil. And this is, let's see, the May Artistic Stencil Club. So we're going to lay this in there so it just covers up that paper. And like I said, I should be getting my subscription box just any day. And it's a dragonfly theme. And this is one of the Tattered Angels dragonfly. Oh, can you see that? Is just gorgeous, that color. It has lots of mica in it, so you want to give it a good shake. I haven't had any trouble with the nozzles clogging at all. You know, I'm sure I will, like any of them would, but I really haven't had any problems. So let's give it a good shake. Get all that mica going in there. So we're going to spray. Let's see. We're just going to spray over the stencil. And you can do this as light or as heavy as you'd like. You can mix the colors. I'm going to do this a little heavier. Okay. So on top of this stencil, there is a lot of product. Instead of just putting it in, you know, in the pan and washing it away, let's go ahead and pick it up. So I have another piece of paper and we're going to lay it right on top of the stencil and gently press down. So it's going to pick up all the Tattered Angels that's on top of that stencil. And Linda calls these the mop-up pages. So you're not wasting a bunch of product. So you rub that in a little bit. Make sure you're getting all that. And voila, there's your mop-up page. Okay, so you can use that as a page. You can cut it up, use it for pockets, use it for tags, whatever you want to do. So we'll set this one to the side. And we will remove our stencil. If I can get a hold of it here. Come on. And there's what we have. Is that not gorgeous? Let me put this over in my water. Okay. So here we have our beautiful paper. Look at that. Can you see the shine? And you can turn it over, and if you want to spritz the back of it a little bit with a little bit of Tattered Angels to give it just a little bit of color, you can. You use the same color, something a little different, just a little zhuzh there. And what's neat about this too is, I don't know why we like it, but we do, that crunch of the paper. So if you add a little heat to this, dry it, it'll have a really good crunchy sound. So there's one of your pages. Beautiful. So let me set this to the side, let that dry. Okay. We shall do another one. We'll put this down. And this is also from the Stencil Club. Oh, that's beautiful. So let's try. We're going to use, this is from the last kit, Enchanted Rose, and this is called Stem Cut. And like I said, with your subscription box, you'll get a custom blend, one of these, and then there's also a set that goes with it if you want to purchase that separately, because she has different add-ons that are a lot of fun. So let's get that mica going. Oh, that's a beautiful color. Okay, and let's give this a good squirt. And like I said, you can do it as dark as you want, as light as you want, mix the colors. I'm just loving that color. All right, and let's mop it up. So lay this one down on top. Give it a little bit of light rubbing there so that paper can soak up that Tattered Angels. And while you have it down like this, if you want to squirt this side, okay, you can see it kind of, the design kind of coming through. This one is Dazzling Diamonds. So let's put a little bit of this on this side. And this is just a real light. Oh, I just talked about it not clogging, and I have a clogger. Okay. Well, there you go. All right, I have a graphite. Yep, let's do a little bit of that. Make sure you can always check, see if you got all the mica off the bottom. And well, that's a new one. And if you don't like those heavy spots, you can always take another sheet, soak some of that up. I mean, don't waste anything. You can spray this side while it's down, or not. So you have just a little bit. You can use that for something else. Okay. So here's our mop-up page. Okay. And here is, let me get the stencil off here. Put that in my water. And here is another one of our stencil pages. Look at that shine. Love it. And like I said, you can just let it dry as is, or hit it with a heat tool for just a few seconds. And like I said, it makes that nice crunchy sound. All right, let's do one more of these and then we will move on. If you have any questions, let me know. Let me know. All right, let's put this down. And another one. Let's see, what shall we use? We did that one. We did the green. Let's pick, let's do a pink. This is Enchanted Rose, and you can see the mica on the bottom. So sometimes I'll gently hit it, like I said, get that all, and then kind of roll it around, shake it just a little bit, like I said, get it all swirly, and excuse me, and going. And then spray this one. We can actually do, let's do a couple of colors on this one. We'll do that one, and how about, let's do the green. A little bit over there. And this is probably going to be pretty pale. And you know, another thing you can do is, Linda was talking about these little notepads at the Dollar Tree, and I was there today, and so I picked one up, and she uses them in her journals, with little accents and just different things. So you could actually lay that down while you're mopping that up, and let's use this color again. You could do two. Here, let's do this. Let me grab another one. And you could even lay another stencil on top of this. I mean, it's just never ending, the ideas. Okay, let's lay that down. And let's use the dragonfly. And we'll just give it a light spray. Okay. So we have our 2, okay, little papers there for different things, and get those out of the way. So there's this. Is that not cool? So here's one of your pages with a design on the back like that. And then here's your mop-up page, which I said was going to be light because we didn't light on there. Okay. Let me lay this to the side and we'll pull this up. Put our stencil in the water. And here is our page. Isn't that beautiful? So like I said, you can go as light as you want, as dark as you want, mix the colors, whatever you want to do. Just love these. So as soon as they're dry, they're ready to be folded and decorated and put in your journal. All right, so let's move on. So we have the Tattered Angels. And like I said, you can use, you can put down the different papers. Like I said, whatever you have, book pages, whatever. Use your Tattered Angels and your stencils. Great. All right, well, let me put this away and let's try some of the lunar paste. All right, let's try some of this lunar paste. I'm excited about this. This is something new from Simon Hurley. It's supposed to be just the bomb diggity. So let's just see what it does. I have my Wendy Vicky Make Art Station here. So I'm going to use it to hold everything down. So I have just a piece of copy paper, just lightweight copy paper. Then I'm going to put, you know, on the back side. And then I have some cardstock here. Okay, I'm going to lay that down. And then one of Linda's stencils. So we'll lay that down. And then these super duper magnets are going to help me hold everything down. And even the ruler is a magnet. So let's let me hold this down here and make sure everything kind of stays in place, stays down. All right, let me put this over here so it won't get in my way. All right, so let's see what this will do. You can, if you're using lunar paste or different mediums like this, I say it's kind of like melted butter or softened butter, I should say. You want to make sure that everything is tacked down well, because when you start working it, you don't want any of this to get under the stencil and then mess up your design. So everything's down. You can use something called pixie spray also, which is this stuff right here. Shake it up really good, a real light spray on the back of your stencil, and then stick it down, you know, on top of whatever you're wanting to stencil, and that will hold it in place. It's kind of a sticky hairspray consistency. So I think we're just going to try all 3 colors and see what we can do here. All right, so let's try this one. Ooh, wow, that is pretty. All right, so let's put a little bit of this down, and it is pretty thin. So you're going to put down more than you need, and we're going to go across because my paper's there. Okay, I'll do this, and you don't, I mean, you can do it in spots here and there. You don't have to do the whole thing. If you're working on a mixed media project. Okay. All right. Then you want to go through and scrape off the excess and put it back in the jar. You don't want to work it too much. Okay. All right, let's try another color here. And if you have a rag or a paper towel or something, just wipe this off. And you're ready for the next color. And you don't have to, you know, be in a hurry, but you don't want to lollygag around. Okay, let's put a little bit of this down. Ooh, that's pretty. And you can kind of mix it. Let's see. Kind of blend it in with your existing color. Because I'm anxious to see how this dries and all that. Okay. And like I said, if you miss a little bit here and there, it's fine because you're going to cover it up with the next color. All right, let's wipe this off. And go for the gold. Ooh, that's pretty. Excuse me. And we'll put some gold down and we'll work it over here. See what this does. See if we've got it all covered here. And I'm not real picky about, you know, my contaminating one or the other because these colors are very close together and complement each other, so I don't think it's really a big deal, you know. Like I said, if it is to you, just don't lay down as much because you can always add. It's harder to take away. And so, all right, there's my excess. We're going to put that back in the jar. Looks like a mess right now, but let's lift this up and see what we have. The big reveal. All right, pull up the stencil and put it in my little water bath over here. Don't have to worry about that. And here is our cardstock. And our design. That's really pretty. So we will see when it dries if it still looks like this. And I believe that you can hit it with a little bit of a heat tool. I mean, don't heat it up like you do embossing powder, but hit it with a little bit of heat tool and I think it's fine. I think he said, Simon Hurley, that that it doesn't react with the heat, you know, because some of these mediums will bubble up and, you know, give you a different texture, and sometimes that's what you want, but that's really pretty. All right, let's put that away and move on to something else here. Okay, another fun technique you can do is use your stencils and use a lifting process. So I have some watercolor paper here, and it can be, you know, any thickness. It can be for any brand, doesn't matter. And I have some Distress Oxides. I have 2 different blues here. And we're just going to lay down some color. No rhyme or reason. We're just going to lay some down. And I'm using my Picket Fences blending brushes. Okay. So I'm going to lay some more of this down and then some Mermaid Lagoon, and I'll be right back. Okay. So I laid down some color. I hear my Rory barking. Somebody had to drive by and rev up their pipes. Anyway, so she's barking, putting them in their place, I guess. Okay, so I just laid down some color. I used Mermaid Lagoon and Broken China. And then I'm going to pick a stencil, any stencil that you want to use. And we're just going to lay this on top. Hold it down with my magnets. These, like I said, these are really nice heavy magnets. I mean, this is not going anywhere. All right, so I just have a cheap baby wipe. The cheaper the better, because they have less lint on them, and it's just better for crafting. The cheaper the better. So what you're going to do is lightly go over your stencil and just rub gently. And what you're going to do is lift some of that off. And you can lift off as much as you want or as little as you want. We're going to do just a little bit. Okay. And then let's see, I have something dry here. I'm just going to blot a little bit. Okay. And let's take this off. And it doesn't look like a whole lot now. It's starting to come through, but as it dries, it's going to be lifting more of it off. So let me hit it with that heat tool, and I'll be right back. Okay. Put a little heat to it, a little air to it. Now this is definitely, like I said, this is not supposed to be just perfect. It's kind of your grungier look, but there's a little bit of lifting. And if you wanted to add to it, you could put a different stencil over it and a little hit and miss here and there. But yeah, that's something a little different. Okay.